Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. And yes, I am still alive. I am here. Do not fret. Do not worry. I am here. I am here. I am here. Indeed, it has now been about 2 months since I have been live on this channel, since I've even uploaded a video on this channel. And the first month of which was actually very intentional. There was a point where I was like, on a couple of weekends, I was like, should I make a mock? And I was like, for view's sake, I mean, I can. But the only thing I'm really changing off of would have been maybe the national title, some rumors. That was about it. And then the combine, since the combine, and then through last week, I've just been going through all sorts of different things in my life when it comes to work, when it comes to family, when it comes to some personal things. And it just hasn't been able to happen up until this point, unfortunately. Now, everything's fine. Don't worry. No, nothing to fret about, nothing to worry about. But and it was the worst time last Monday, too, as free agency finally started. I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to create some great content last week, and then everything... stuff hit the fan, and then the whole week I ended up just being busy, and I was like, okay, I'll just address almost everything that I have to address today. So it's all right. I lost out on some views. It's fine. I'll live, okay? But now we have a lot to discuss today. Too much to discuss today, to where I'm probably going to miss some things. So go ahead and start lining up your super chats, your comments, because I'm probably going to miss some things. We're going to get into every signing, every significant release. We're going to get into possible scenarios and whatnot. Oh, also, I considered making some draft breakdowns, but I also was like, I don't want to commit to doing those this year because I know I don't really have the time. So let me not really go through that. And then how many times can I go over Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders? I mean, how many times? I've been talking about this since October. Okay? So I've already had my opinion on this. I've given my opinion on this, and I didn't feel like talking about it throughout January, February, March. Even today, I'm not really going to talk about it much because I think it's pretty obvious at this point. But I just didn't feel like talking about it anymore because I feel like I've already talked about it. So we'll talk more about more NFL draft prospects. We have 40 days, but today is free agency. If you have some draft comments or questions, feel free to comment those, by the way. But we are going to get into free agency today. So overall thoughts on free agency, thoughts on the Tennessee Titans overall. Well, it's clear that they're trying to clear the deck. That is what's going on in this free agency. Surprisingly, the one thing where they're not doing that, I might like the least, which we're going to get into first. But it's clear that they did not like almost anything that Rand Carthon did last offseason, which is odd because we were told that they were a united front, that everyone was collaborating, This is what we were told. That Brinker and Carthon and everyone in the front office and Amy Adams and Brian Kelly, they were collaborating. This is what I was told. But anyway, they didn't like any of it. So now we're going to and erase damn near all of it. See ya, Chidobe Awuzie. This wasn't last offseason. See you, Harold Landry. We're doing 1 year deal, 1 year deal, 1 year deal, 2 year deal, 1 year deal, 1 year deal. And then if y'all stink, go away. And then we'll do more contracts next year. We're building through the draft. We're rebuilding this team. And that's what we're doing. Okay. I have no big problem with that. Just know that there is pros and cons with that as a fan. I will tell you this. I'm now having very low expectations for the season. Now, I was going to have low expectations any damn way because we're coming off of a 3-14 season. Okay, so let's just be clear on that. But now I'm expecting, I was expecting this anyway, but for sure now I'm expecting a 6-win season. I mean, if we get anything more than that, great. If we win 7, 8 games, oh, that'd be fantastic. But considering you got rid of Landry, got rid of Chidobe Awuzie, didn't re-sign some of the players that you could have. You're resetting the roster, and it's very obvious to me. And I think it's very obvious to me you're drafting a quarterback number 1. I'm not judging him. All I want, just give me a positive touchdown interception ratio. I need that, though. I need that. It's 2025. Okay? I can defend, as long as you do that, I can defend anything else you do. Oh, and, obviously throw for like 55% completion percentage. I don't want you acting like Anthony Richardson throwing for 49%, and then Colts fans, I'm not delusional, and I'm going to say, oh, no, it's okay. There's no problem that he's throwing 49%. What's the problem in that? No, I'm not an idiot. Okay, so there are some thresholds. Give me 55%. Give me, even 3,000 yards. Probably you should give me 3,200 at least. And then just give me a positive. If you do that, cool. I don't even care if it's something ugly like 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. You're excused. Because as of this moment, we have Calvin Ridley. Oh, and then that's it. That's it. We have no one else. Oh, Chigo Conquo. Okay. As of this moment, in the wide receiver room, okay, definitely in the wide receiver room, we have Calvin Ridley. And that's it. What? Are you kidding me? What a damn disaster. They couldn't even keep Nick Westbrook Ikede. They couldn't even do that. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to Miami. I'm not staying here for this. Peace. See you later. I'm going to South Beach. I'm taking my talents to South Beach, and I'm out of here. Nick Westbrook Ikeda. So now we've come full circle, and Treylon Burks is your number 2 wide receiver as of this moment. So I don't give a damn what the rookie quarterback does under these circumstances today. And I know for a fact, yes, they're going to draft a wide receiver, but they need a number 1 wide receiver. They need a number 1 edge. They need a number 1 quarterback. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. Obviously, we're a bad football team. When you need uno, dos, tres, are you kidding me? Look, Calvin Ridley's a 1B. And honestly, to me, he's a 2A. But whatever. We can call him a 1B. So you need a wide receiver, you need a quarterback, you need an edge, and I don't even know if you have a left tackle, and we're going to get into that. So this team stinks, okay? And look, again, I'm okay with the free agency. And it's, well, you know what? I actually was about to say, I'm debating whether or not to say this, but I am going to say this. This is a worse team on paper than it was heading into last season, period. Actually, I don't even know why I even had to think about that. Because at least going into last year, you had DeAndre Hopkins on the roster. You had Harold Landry on the roster. You had Chidobe Awuzie on the roster. Now, Awuzie got injured. Cushenberry got injured. Other people got injured. Hopkins got traded. Levis was a starting quarterback. Now, the differences will be you'll have Cam Ward probably in there as quarterback, improvement. You'll have a worse wide receiver, though, because I don't care what rookie wide receiver you get. He's not going to be as good. Maybe he'll be as good as Diop last year, actually, because Diop was kind of washed. But you did lose Nick Westbrook Ikede, and as of this moment, and technically you lost Tyler Boyd, although he's still out there if you really want him. So the wide receivers are worse. The tight ends, until I see improvement, I don't believe they're better. And the offensive line, that's where we're going to get into. So let's go and start getting into that. Dan Moore. So people are already going to do copium on this. and I'm just going to go ahead and shut it down. Dan Moore is not good, okay? I know you want to convince yourself that he's good. I know you want to convince yourself that we got a gem. I know you want to convince yourselves that we're some sort of geniuses here. We're not. This is yet another crazy move by the Tennessee Titans, in my view. The Pittsburgh Steelers who have been desperate to rebuild their offensive line and stabilize their offensive line, had been planning for the last 3 years to get rid of Dan Moore. By drafting Broderick Jones, by drafting Troy Fontenot. They've been doing this because they do not want to keep Dan Moore. If you ask Steeler fans, do you like Dan Moore? Nope. So why am I supposed to like Dan Moore? Why am I supposed to be interested in Dan Moore? Why would they draft tackles 2 of the last 3 drafts if Dan Moore is good? When we had Taylor Lewan in his prime, were we sitting there drafting 2 more tackles? We drafted a right tackle, sure, and Jack Conklin, sure. Did we draft another one? No. Why? We already have. We drafted our right tackle. We're not going to draft Lewan's replacement. We like Lewan. We want to keep Lewan. We want to resign Lewan. He's in his prime. We want to keep him. He's good. They've been planning to get rid of Dan Moore, and they finally got rid of Dan Moore. So I'm not interested in Dan Moore. And to sign into this deal is absurd. Because essentially, I think he was signed, let's say, to the 7th highest offensive left tackle contract, too high. And, I mean, he's at best a fringe starter in the league. I don't think it will be as bad, and I will almost guarantee it will not be as bad as Andre Dillard and Andre Dillard. Let's just use Andre Dillard. But it won't be much better either. Okay? It will be better, not much better. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, again, he had 12 sacks this year. Now, were all of them on him? No. And in fact, if you look at his Pro Football Focus grade, they gave him like a middling grade. He's like a middling tackle to them. But when your team that has been looking to, the Steelers have been looking to stabilize that line for the last damn near 8 years, and they've been trying to get rid of you, that's a bad thing to me. That is not good news to me. And you're ascending, you're young, you're 26. That's bad. So I'm not a believer in Dan Moore. And then furthermore, what does not make sense to me. Now look, I did not love the idea of drafting J.C. Latham and playing a left tackle. I was like, okay, look, y'all think it can work? Sure. Was he fine? Sure. Okay, so that plan that we had that was developing, screw it. Go back to right tackle. What? Okay, if you're going to do the plan, and the plan's going fine, stick to the plan. Because now I'm pissed, because you might as well just drafted him, put him at right tackle, let him be a dominant right tackle, and then last offseason, I don't know who you could have got, okay, because the cupboard was bare, granted. But at least you could have gotten a step ahead in terms of finding that next left tackle last year. And then Latham could be an elite right tackle by this point, or at least going to be, instead of now becoming essentially a rookie NFL right tackle next year, maybe a little bit more elevated than that. But resetting again and playing right tackle, and then what? When Moore it struggles, is he going to go back to left? I would have preferred for him to be drafted somewhere and stay there. Instead of saying, okay, we're going to put him at left. I disagree with the plan. Okay, put him at left. He was okay at left. Okay, go back to right. That doesn't make any damn sense to me. That doesn't make any damn sense to me, particularly when Dan Moore isn't that good. Or isn't good, period. Forget about that good. So that doesn't make sense to me. So while you look at the offensive line and people want to say it's improved, okay, it's improved because now Dan Moore is better than Nicholas Petit-Frere. So through shuffling, you've gotten Petit-Frere out there, and then more importantly, when you get into this, they also signed Kevin Zeitler, the former guard for the Detroit Lions, and then before then, Cincinnati Bengals. Now, he's old, okay? He's either 35 or 36. He will be 36, I know that. He was great last year. Now, be careful because he was great because everyone on the offensive line was great. So it's easy to be great when you have Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell, especially when you have Sewell to your right. And then, I can't remember their center. Is it Glasgow, right? Yeah, when you have a bunch of offensive linemen who are great, it's also easy for you to be great. He's old. So be a little bit careful here, guys. This might be a Steve Hutchinson situation. Remember when we got Steve Hutchinson? This is back in 2012, and he came in here and he stunk. I don't think he's going to stink, but I'd be a little bit careful. He was, third highest grade in Pro Football Focus last year? Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. So some people that are expecting that, I wouldn't expect that. Let's pull back the expectations on that a little bit. But I think he's going to come in here and he's going to do well. So the offensive line is improved. So I'm not saying it's not improved. I'm not saying it's not better. It's better. It's 100% better. It's going to be better, and it should be better. But for right now, that's not quite enough for me. So I just don't love the Dan Moore thing. And $50 million guaranteed. So more than 50% of that deal guaranteed right now for Kevin Zeitler. And, or not for Kevin Zeitler, for Dan Moore. And I don't know how it's going to work out. I think it's just as bad of a deal as we've done in a while. I think it's potentially just as bad as a Bud Dupree deal. I think it's just as bad as potentially as, what are some of the other, I mean, that's really bad. I think it could really be that bad. I think it could really be that bad. So I don't understand it. So anyway, there was those. So the other ones are fine. I will tell you this one, and this one, it was for no money, so it doesn't matter. Van Jefferson, do not even get me started. He stinks. Now, it was for only $2.5 million. I put him in the thumbnail because he's a wide receiver, and wide receivers are cute. Van Jefferson stinks. Van Jefferson stinks. This is how bad Van Jefferson is. Last year for the Steelers, this guy played 17 games. He played over 750 snaps for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had 276 yards as a legitimate starting wide receiver in the National Football League. Dude, we have had some terrible wide receivers in Nashville, Tennessee. I mean awful starting wide receivers. No offense to him, and he was a part of a 13-3 team. Justin Gage stunk. I think at the time he started, at least for a couple of games, Damian Williams stunk. Kendall Wright stunk. Justin Hunter stunk. Dorial Green-Beckham stunk. None of those men could run that many routes and get that many few yards as Van Jefferson. Are you out of your mind? How do you run for 276 yards on 755 snaps? He had 0.81 yards per route run. And this is every year. Because if you look at last year, so this is for two teams because he was on both the Falcons and the Rams. For the Rams, in 5 games, he had 108 yards. And then for the Falcons, in 12 games, he had 101 yards. So in 17 games, he had 209 yards and 0 touchdowns. Van Jefferson is a scam artist. I mean, and look, he's only getting paid $2.5 million. But I have to rant on how bad this guy is. Because every year I see the name Van Jefferson. And I'm always thinking about, man, This guy's still going off him. He's a second round pick back in 2020 from South Carolina. I didn't even think he was that athletic. Why is he still getting chances? Why is he got injured? Like, I think his rookie year. Why is he still getting chances? This guy stinks. He's actually starting for the Steelers. Why? This guy stinks. So don't expect Ben Jefferson to even make the damn team. Now, luckily, I can make the damn team right now. So because that's how bad they are at the receiver room. Oh, you're over 6'1"? Congratulations. You're a Tennessee Titan wide receiver. Here's a gold star. All right? That's the current standard. So don't expect any damn thing for Van Jefferson. But outside of him, we have some other signings that we need to discuss. All right, Brandon Allen. All right, so this is like a little bit over $1 million. This is the veteran quarterback, Brandon Allen, formerly of the Cincinnati Bengals, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers, and others. Who cares? The only question here is, will he be the backup? Because I am still of the belief that they will trade Will Levis, because my belief is that poor Will Levis, I don't think he could be the backup to whoever going to draft the number 1 overall. I don't think his ego can take it. I don't think his ego will allow it. And I just think he'd be on the bench pouting or in the locker room trying to rally the troops and get the team back on his side and be just a nuisance of pain, just someone waiting in the wings as opposed to someone that you really want. And look, he'll say all the right things, but as opposed to someone that you really want to be that veteran backup quarterback. Is Brandon Allen enough to do that? To me, no, because I don't ever want to see Brandon Allen. And also, in my opinion, although it's not going to happen, I think I'd even prefer someone that could even start week 1 potentially over Cam Ward. And I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think Brandon Allen is that either. So I think this is fine. It's like no guaranteed money, I'm pretty sure. So this was fine. It's just interesting to see whether or not he hit, what I was in Levis' situation if we end up signing someone else. I just said go sign James Wilson right now and then trade Levis right now. And then let's just be over with it. All right. And I'm fine with James Wilson as a backup and even that mentor, because I love it, actually. Please do it. I encourage you to do it. Okay, Xavier Woods. So this is the safety formerly of the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. We sent him to a 2-year, $10 million deal to come in and play safety. He's not good. He's not good. He's mediocre at best at this point. He can start for you. He started for the Panthers last year. He played, I'm pretty sure, over 1,100 snaps, at least 1,000, and was not good. So I would prefer someone else next to Monty Hooker. I wouldn't expect anything from him. In fact, I'm pretty sure Quandre Diggs is still out there, and you can go get Quandre Diggs, and I'd prefer that over Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods wasn't signed for much money. So you can still do that. And Xavier Woods is not signing this deal expecting to be a starter. So I don't think much of this, but it exists. Draymond Jones. So this is the defensive end / edge. He's kind of a hybrid. Like, what is he sitting at now? Let's see his. I remember when he was coming, he was like 6'5", 275. 6'3", 275. Now he's 6'3", 281. So he's kind of a hybrid, but I guess here he'd be more on the D-line for sure with this sort of stature. So I like it. I don't love it as much as some people. He was very much so rotational. In fact, let's look at how many snaps he had last year. But he had a high pass rush win rate last year, so that is important to note. And you presume that he'd come in here and do the same thing. The only problem is we need someone that's actually going to come in and damn start at the damn edge. We need a true edge who's going to be in there and be dominant and play snaps. So last year, he actually played 617 snaps. That should be about over 50% of the snaps. So not bad. Yeah, so he had 3 sacks. He had 31 hurries. So he had a good pass rush win rate. That was definitely there, but not good against the run and not great as a tackler as well. So he's fine, but he's been bouncing around a little bit. Like he was drafted by Denver, then went to Seattle. I don't think there's much to see here. It's a fine piece. I wouldn't go crazy. Some people went crazy because he had such a high pass rush win rate. I'm like, okay, he still can't stop the run, and we still need to stop the run. But it's a fine piece. All right. And then, let's see, who else do we have? Sebastian Joseph Day returning a 1 year, $7.5 million deal. Okay, and that's good because that's someone that will help us stop the run. And that's something that, at least, if anything, we did well last year. It was that. We have Johnny Hecker, the punter formerly of the Panthers. Now, he's getting old at this point, and he is also regressing. I don't know how much he has left. They did not like Stonehouse anymore. They did not like his hang time at this point, so they wanted to move on. I'm not big on the whole punting thing. I'm not going to act like I am. So that didn't really bother me. That didn't really faze me, nor will it. But I'm fine with this. He's pretty much the best available, or at least one of the best ones available. He's 35 at this point. I'm fine with this. And then Cody Barton, linebacker. He came in as well. What is he? Formerly of the Steelers? Or no, sorry, the Seahawks, right? If I remember correctly. Sorry, of the Broncos, actually. Seahawks and Broncos. Fine linebacker. Someone that could come in and definitely do some decent things for you. Don't really have much of a problem with this. Either he's not like a superstar by any means. Don't expect him to come in and be some sort of beast. By the way, I'm surprised they kept Kenneth Murray. I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, if you're going to start cutting guys, the first guy I would have cut is Kenneth Murray. Get his ass out of here. I don't understand why they kept Kenneth Murray. But it looks like he's going to come in and start next to Kenneth Murray. So that's not going to inspire any confidence from the linebackers for me. As far as the... Oh, no, they did cut Kenneth Murray. Okay, good. Never mind. I was going to be like, wow, Kenneth Murray wasn't cut. Why did this article say that Kenneth Murray was here? Teron Davenport needs to update this. Let me see. What's the update on that? Yeah, he's for the Cowboys. Yeah, we traded him. Never mind. This is before he was traded. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Okay, so I guess he comes in and, oh, yeesh, man, those inside linebackers stink. Because if we're going to have right now just Barton, Cedric Gray, who the hell knows, James Williams, Otis Reese. Great. That's another need. Yeah, as if we needed more stress, huh? Fantastic. This team is just going to be great next year. All right, and then Daryl Baker, 1 year deal. Morgan Cox, 1 year deal. Andrew Upsuch, 1 year deal. So, look, overall, a bunch of 1 year deals. No one that's going to break the bank. No one that makes me go crazy. Look, I don't like the Dan Moore. I love the Kevin Zeitler. For now, it's a temporary fix. It's temporary. All this is temporary. My only contention is, and here's my main contention. I knew this was going to happen, by the way. When we cut Harold Landry, when people say cut someone because they're not worthy of the money, I always say, number one, are you cutting the checks? Of which the answer is no. And then two, what are you using your money for? So cutting Harold Landry, and then, more doubling down on this, cutting Chidobe Awuzie. It saves us money down the road. Sure. But when we get to, and at this point, the numbers haven't all come out for all these contracts, but when we get to the beginning of training camp, and I believe the end of training camp, I guarantee you, we don't have the numbers right now, I guarantee you, there will be over $20 million probably. Right now it's probably roughly, I think it's like 25, maybe $15 to $20 million left of cap room that would have been paid to Harold Landry and Chidobe Awuzie. That unspent money, you might as well just pay him to play this year. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because then next year, you can cut him next year. Because I don't love seeing that, oh, we have an extra 15, 20 million. Why? Because, like, especially in this case, when you didn't cut them because you need money now. No, you don't. You don't. You don't need money now. You didn't sign anybody. You signed a bunch of 1 year deals. So you didn't sign them because you cut. No, they cut Chidobe Awuzie to save $1.5 million. The next day, after he was cut, because he was due, guaranteed $3.5 million. They didn't want to write the check. Okay, that's their prerogative, but you made your team worse. Now, you can say, was it worth the value? Maybe not. But you made the team worse. You did. I know some people out there are like, we don't need a Woozier. Well, let me tell you this. I every single damn year with this fan base and other fan bases, it's so damn annoying with you people. You people love to tell me we're 1, 2, 3, 4 corners deep, and then you're shocked when those 2 damn corners go down every damn year, and then you're like, oh damn, where the hell is our damn cornerback depth? You never have enough damn corners in the damn NFL. They're the damn skinniest guys on the damn football field. You need cornerback depth. They go down. Every damn week, they go down. Even offensive linemen, they go down. You need cornerback depth. You need offensive line depth. So don't tell me, oh, we have Jarvis Brownlee. Jarvis Brownlee's going to tear his damn ACL the first damn week of training camp, and then all of a sudden, oh, damn, we need you to obey Woozier, don't we? And it will happen. No, now hopefully not to him. Hopefully not to anyone. But it will happen. A quarterback will go down. It's just a damn fact. 2 of them will go down. Well, you think every year we go sign Darryl Bakers and whoever these cornerbacks are. This Baker, that Baker. There are like 2 Bakers out there last year. I mean, it was absurd at a certain point. They're going to go down. Okay? So when you release these people, and I told you all last year when we signed Chidobe Awuzie, do not tell me that we have our number 2 corner for the next 3 years. No, we don't. I don't even know if he's going to go past year 1 because I looked at the contract and I could see in the contract that they could easily move on from the damn contract. So don't play that game with me. I can see the games that they play. Do not let them pull the wool over your eyes. They're very subtle when they do things like this. I saw the 3-year deal, 36. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not writing in pen a L'Jarius Sneed, Chidobe Awuzie, Martin McCreary for the next 3 years. BS. Now we have questions about Sneed, Awuzie's release. McCreary could be gone as soon as next year. He's upcoming free agent. And now we're on to Jarvis Brownlee. Boom! How quickly things change. So, we are going to see on that. But the quarterbacks are so overall, look, I think the team is at the very best you can say where it was, but I think it's because the offensive line is much better, I want to be more optimistic. But losing Landry and Woozie, it does hurt, even though I know Woozie didn't play much. But at the very least, you just lost your number 1 edge. You just lost your number 1 edge. And while I think we have Cam Ward coming, so now let's get into that conversation real quick. Okay, I think it's Cam Ward. And I even said, I'm pretty sure the last time I came on here that I think it will be Cam Ward. It's 100% now Cam Ward. I've heard nothing about the Shedeur train. All right, and that's fine. And by the way, I've said on this channel since October, I prefer Shedeur, but I'm fine with Ward. I really like Cam Ward. I'm never going to say, well, I'm not going to say, I'll never say. I'm not going to say that I love Cam Ward. I'm not going to say that. I'll say that when he starts playing for us and he plays really well. I really like Cam Ward. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'll let people that want to say I love Cam Ward, oh, he's going to be great. I'm not saying it. I'm not going to go. I really like him. I think he could be very good. I think he could be great. He misses throws. I'm just warning you before everyone is shocked. Because here's the Cam Ward, what can I call it? Fog. He is a very good highlight reel. But I just want you to just watch a game and watch every game you can from start to finish. And I'm telling you, You'll just be watching in random second downs. Wow, kind of missed that throw. Huh, wow, what was that throw? Huh, wow, kind of missed that throw. And it happens way more than it does with like a Shador. And that bothers me. Now, the question is whether or not with a guy like, now this was to much more of an extreme, Josh Allen and like a Lamar or like a Deshaun, where that happened with them too. But then they'd have those explosive plays too, to where they'd make up for it, they go down the field, they score their touchdown, and it doesn't matter any damn way. I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. I still have Ward as a quarterback, top quarterback in the draft, as a first round worthy quarterback. I think he's better than Drake May last year. He would have been my quarterback 3 last year. Shador would have been my quarterback 3 last year. I don't care about what other draft analysts say. I don't care what anyone else says. That's my belief. 100%. 100%. By the way, I would have had Michael Penix over Drake May last year. And I have Michael Penix over Drake May right now. Okay? That's what I believe. So, we're going to see on this. My concern now, though, is, so I think now Ward is now better positioned with a better offensive line, so that's good. But now he has no damn receivers. So I know what you're saying. MJ, they're going to go out and they're going to draft a wide receiver. Cool. Here's the problem. To get a wide receiver outside of the first round to contribute in their rookie year, good luck. Now, Ladd McConkey technically did it. Come on, guys. He was top of the second. It can happen. Puka Nacua. Oh, God, he went off with 1,400 yards the year before. One of the more infamous cases, A.J. Brown. You can feel it. And even he was, I think, was he over or was he slightly under 1,000? He was either, let me check real quick, A.J. Brown. I think he was slightly under like 980 yards his rookie year. Let me check again real quick. Oh, he had over 1,000. 1,051 by A.J. Brown. And that's one of the better ones. It's so hard. Even for first round, by the way. We're being kind of spoiled lately with the Brian Thomases and the Malik Neighbors and some of these guys. Hell, Marvin Harrison Jr. last year with Kyler Murray, for God's sake, only had 885. So if you're expecting to go draft a Trey Harris or Emeka Egbuka, although I really like Egbuka, and Luther Burden, those two are the exception. If one of those two fall, okay, I will actually believe that they can come in and actually contribute 800 plus yards rookie year. Outside of that, if you think a Trey Harris or a Savion Williams or Xavier or Strepo are going to come in and give you 8, 9, 1,000 yards rookie year, dog, I got to warn you, man, it just doesn't happen. It's just too damn hard. It just doesn't happen. If they come in like Tank Dell, they give you 700, great. Oh, that's great. And you just take that and you try to build upon that. So I'm just hoping to get 600 out of it. Whatever wide receiver we get in the second or third round, fourth round, I'm hoping to get 600 out of it. Now, by virtue of volume, because right now we only have Calvin Ridley, maybe he gets more than that. But I don't even want to put him in that position. Xavier Legette, you know, the guy from the Carolina Panthers. Even he who had, and hell, before him, Jonathan Mingo. And by the way, Legette was he a first round pick? Or maybe he was top of the second. He was top of the second. And then before him, Jonathan Mingo, who I really liked before he ended up being a bust. Both of them, high second round picks for the Panthers. Couldn't do squat. I remember in that draft, in fact, let me go back and look at that draft. Oh, remember in that draft, Jalen Hyatt hasn't done squat. I mean, he hasn't done anything. Wandale Robinson, like, it's so hard for a lot of these second round wide receivers to come in and do anything. I just don't expect them to come in early and do anything if you're not a first round wide receiver. You could. It's just a crapshoot. I mean, it's just guessing. It's just maybe it would happen. Maybe it won't. Maybe you get a Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed did well. Maybe you get a Rashee Rice. But Jalen Hyatt, nothing. Cedric Tillman, nothing. Josh Downs been all right. Michael Wilson, nothing. You know, it's just, so I don't know, man. So with how talented this edge class is, I think they'll go, and how badly we need edge, I think they'll go edge with the second instead of wide receiver, unless if it is like Buka or Luther Burden that falls. And I'd like that. Like, if they get a Landon Jackson at the top of the second, cool. Now, is Landon Jackson going to be a future edge one? I don't know. Because let me tell you this. Everyone wants to complain that Harold Landry is in that premier pass rusher. Well, that's what Harold Landry was. Harold Landry was that end of the first round, top of the second round. Will he ever be a premier pass rusher? You just drafted another one, most likely. Unless if they pop off, which maybe they will. So maybe next year you're going to have to wait to get that true premier pass rushing guy. So this year our pass rush won't be that good. And as a result, I don't think our offensive line is still that good. We have a rookie quarterback. I think our running backs are fine. Our wide receivers aren't good at all. I don't think the Tennessee Titans are very good. But at the very least, what I want to see is this. And I want to leave with some optimism here. I know this actually ended up being more negative than I wanted it to seem. I am fine with things because at the very least, what I wanted all season long, as I proclaimed from the hilltops, this team needs a quarterback. And by not going after, definitively, I mean, you might have heard some little fluffers and things. I didn't see anything. All I heard was Zach Wilson and Mac Jones definitively. Outside of that, I didn't hear nothing about nobody. I didn't hear nothing else about going after Sam Darnold, really. I didn't hear anything about us going after Geno Smith, really. I didn't hear anything about those. I haven't heard anything about Brock Purdy. It seems like either they want Ward or they just are waiting until 2026. And I just think they want Ward. So, okay, draft Ward. But now, cool, we drafted Ward. And then this is all about Ward. Protect him, develop him. Okay? For God's sake. Because I don't think it's going to be very pretty. The most he can get out of this, I'm going to be happy. By the way, and get ready, because if he doesn't look that good, I mean, he's going to be ranked at the bottom of the Madam rankings and ratings all year long. It'll look very similar, hopefully a little bit better than this, as Bryce Young's rookie year. And I'll be fine with that. But at least we wouldn't have high expectations. We might have expectations of Bryce Young. I have low expectations. And then next year's the year where right now we're projected to have $219 million of cap room. But I cautioned before saying that and saying, but according to us, we're not going to spend that. So before people say, because people love to say this, well, MJ, don't worry. We have $220 million of cap room. I agree. Didn't they say they're not going to spend it? So why the hell should I give a damn? I thought they said they're not going to spend it. So whether we have money or not, I've been told we ain't spending it. So who the hell cares? So anyway, maybe we'll spend it, maybe we won't. But they won't, because they're saying, oh, what we did last year was a mistake when we had all that money and we spent it. So I'm pretty sure next year we have all that money, we're not going to spend it. That's what they're saying. Maybe they're going to be hypocrites again if we don't do well this year, and then they panic and they go more into a frenzy. So, look, I'm expecting a 6-win team, and I might be optimistic. But I think Ward will have that much magic to win games here and there. And to just make a much of a difference than Levis did. And if anything more than that, I'd be thrilled. I mean, I would be thrilled. I should probably be saying 5. I honestly should probably be saying 5. And maybe after the draft, I have to see how we draft, and I'll say 5. So that's where I'm at right now. And I don't think we're going to see anything coming down the pipeline. I don't think any trades are coming. And maybe we still end up trading back. But if we trade back, I have to see who's going to start for this team. If it's Levis, Look, I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna recap. I'm gonna be very, 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 very bored. I will root for Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, whoever we draft. I'm gonna be very, 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 very bored because we've traded everyone that I've loved outside of Jefferson at this point. Who else do I love on this team? Maybe Tavondre Sweat, and I like Calvin Ridley, and I like Pollard. I guess everyone else, I don't care. I mean, honestly, I don't know you, L'Jarius Sneed. Who are you? Sebastian Joseph Day? I mean, wow. Next year's going to be, if they just trade back, I will root for those draft picks. I will root for some of the Jeffrey Simmons, my boy. Outside of that, I'm just going to be like, man, what the hell am I rooting for out here? Hopefully we get some new stars and some new things out here. So, look, we're still one of the worst teams in the league, guys. I mean, I just got to be honest with you, but at least we're focusing in on Ward. Just draft Ward, develop Ward. I don't know how good the rookie is going to be. I'm not putting my hopes high on that. Just give me a positive touchdown-interception ratio. Give me a couple highlights. Calm it down. Show some improvement. And then I think, damn it, if this was the plan, y'all should have fired Brad Calen's ass. Because what's the point in this? If he's going to go 5-12 next year, 6-11, y'all going to fire him. Yeah, that's pretty damn stupid. Because, I mean, maybe they keep him at 6-11. Maybe they do. But if they fire him after that, it's pretty damn stupid. And if Cam Ward had to endure 1 year of Callahan for no reason, that's pretty damn stupid. All right, so we had one super chat that I want to get to. I didn't see any other comments as well, or any questions in the comments. I saw your comments, but yeah, and this has already been a long stream, and I'll definitely make another mock this week, so there will be some more opportunities to interact with me this week, so no worries on that. So let's get to this chat. This chat comes from Fauna H, who says the following: losing Landry will hurt. And yeah, and people were so ready to move on. I'm like, okay, you just traded 9 sacks away. And by the way, this is 9 sacks coming off of his torn ACL. He was getting better in the later half of the year. This year, he probably would have had 10 plus sacks. You just traded those away. Who's going to replace him? Because let me tell you, that rookie who comes in the second round, if he gets 6, that's a good year. It's still 4 less. Where's the other sacks coming from? I feel like I'm John Travolta over here. I feel like I'm Will Smith over here. The team's not very good. I mean, I'll tell you this. Right now, for sure, we're going to be the lowest rated team in Madden. And deservedly so. I mean, maybe Cleveland... maybe Cleveland will be worse than us. Because, I mean, right now, their situation is pretty bad, too. But, like, I think the Giants are actually in a decent position right now. I'd much rather be the Giants. We're lucky the Giants didn't get our pick. We're lucky. Oh, thank God, by the way. Oh, thank God. Because the Giants drafted Ward or Sanders, and maybe they still will get Sanders. I think the Giants actually might be a sneaky playoff team. But we're not very good. I'm just warning you guys, we're not very good. All right, so that's going to be it for me today. Again, I'll be back for at least another mock draft this week, as well as if any other Tennessee Titans news drop. Again, sorry for the little 2-month vacay. But some things came up in the last month. In the first month, I just didn't really want to talk about anything. But until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.